I don't want you to become the forever free photographer, that forever free videographer. And so I'm making you this video as I'm going on this walk, and I'll tell you about this walk in just a second, why I'm doing it. But if you can unlearn this, it's a game changer for you. I just want you to incorporate two very simple tips. I'm gonna walk you through this. I'm gonna hold your hand. And once you do it, you're gonna notice almost an instant change once you start talking to new potential clients. It's the same thing with everybody. So whether you do weddings and babies, or you do graduations, or you do commercial and you work for one of these giant companies around me, you can still use exactly the same tricks. So I'm just gonna walk you through that and help you out with it. Well, let me tell you actually why I'm going for this walk. I am going for this walk because I've had probably one of the hardest weeks of my life, easily one of the hardest weeks. And I almost lost my mom 2 nights ago, very unexpectedly. And it was a disaster, and I can tell you I probably will have some PTSD from it. That's why I'm going for a walk, to clear my head. And I just thought, well, take this opportunity to also talk to them and go on a walk with somebody, try to teach people what I think could really benefit them. So that's what I'm doing. The view though is so beautiful. I love this part of downtown LA. So let's talk about why I think you may not be charging as much as you should. Now, I wish that there was a barbershop somewhere here so I can use that as a backdrop. But since they've locked us up in the house for those 3 years, I can't not use the word because it could demonetize your account. So since they started to lock us up for that reason, a lot of costs have gone up, especially in the United States. Eggs, wood, milk, everything has gone up. Supply chains have been affected. But you know who has won the most and they haven't yet gotten the heat? Barbers. People that just cut your hair, someone that I need to go to right now to have very long hair, and they somehow got on the same Discord thread or don't know what they did, but they all decided, you know what, we're all going to raise our prices now. We're not going to raise it up 5 and 10%, we're going to double it and triple it. So some of barbers that I think are worth no more than $15, $20 because they just don't have the skills are now charging $45. The ones who are fantastic and charging $35 and $45 for just like barber stuff are now charging $65 and $75. For what? What supply chain has affected your price? But you know what? I can't be mad at it because they decided to stick together and they decided to work together and not work against each other. I want the same for you. I want the same for me. Let's talk about why I think we don't stick together. I think that a lot of photographers and a lot of directors and videographers don't think that they have value. And you gotta understand, we absolutely have so much value. In fact, none of these buildings, nothing you see here, none of the offices, none of the brands in any of these could do what they do if it wasn't for what you do. Whether it's video, whether it's photo. You can't launch a record, the promo, anything. You can't do a single thing. I just found out we did something for Tiziano Ferro in Italy, and Gergo did a beautiful job editing something, and it's going to go to radio. I'm like, wait, there's video for radio? And they're like, yeah, you have to have video now for the TV stations, and it kind of duplicates it. That's incredible. You couldn't put out that record without my work. Yeah, it's this beautiful singing, but that's my work on that cover. We are it. We are the moment, as Wendy Williams says, and we are so valuable. I just wish that we understood our value. So I'm hanging out by this building because the lighting is nice here. That's the thing I want you to unlearn. I want you to recognize that you do have a lot of skills. You do have a tremendous amount of value, and your clients do recognize that you are very powerful, that you are very creative. They just hope that you never find out how valuable you are. They just hope you don't recognize your skills because they recognize it. Because if you recognize your skills, like that barbershop example that I was talking about, then you'll start raising your prices. That was the thing that I wanted you to unlearn. Now, how can we start adding 1 and 2 things to your conversations with your potential clients, and then you start winning big? So let's get to the next location because I promised them that I would keep moving, and let's keep this a little more interesting too. The next thing that I want you to do, actually, this is what I would love for you to add, is you need to listen to them. And here's 2 questions that I ask every single client, every single session. I always ask them, number 1, can you please describe to me what success means to you? Or how do you define success? Once they do this, once they're like, huh, and they'll think about it because nobody else has asked them this question, they'll start thinking and they're like, okay, success to me is I want my fans to really see this video and see the evolution of my work. And I want people to think I'm good looking and that I'm stylish, and I want people to think this is something that I would want to share with people that are in my life. Let's just say I've met with a recording artist, and this is what they say. Or you are meeting with a frustrated dad that is trying to book something for Christmas cards for the family. And you say, what do you define as success? Well, success to him might be, so I want something where the kids all look good, my wife feels beautiful, we get in and out, it's no more than like 45 minutes to an hour, we all look good, and we're able to use these pictures not just for the holidays, but we're able to also use them for throughout the year. I was thinking about maybe surprising my wife for Christmas and printing one and framing it beautifully. All you have to do is listen. And when you listen, they will tell you exactly what it is. You're the one that asked the tough questions, that made them stop and think, and they will only think about you because you're the one that asked that question. There's a second question that I want you to ask also. So let's keep walking. What was it about my work that made you reach out to me and contact me? I ask this in every single meeting, every single phone call. What they're going to do is point out the part of your work that they love. You want to give them more of that. So if they say, I really love the ones with this dancer, and the dancer Waleed was like bent over backwards, and she was like, it looked like she was like in a sauna or something, and used red light and used a lot of silhouettes. I know now that they want something super saturated. I know that they want something super moody, and that's what I'm going to build on their board. They're going to think that I'm reading their mind. No, all I'm doing is I'm listening to them. If you ask them those two questions, it is game over for your competition. Now, of course, I also favor your competition. I want everyone to win, but it is completely game over because nobody is going to deliver the way you're going to deliver. So now what is our next step? The next step is to make them look like a hero. How do we make them look like a hero? Ultimately, this is what we do as humans. We do things for selfish purposes. We help somebody because we want to feel good about ourselves. We teach somebody something because we want them to do something like us. We're selfish, and that's just humans across the world. How do we get them to look like a hero? That's what you got to do. If you can get them to look like a hero, you can get them to sign any deal you want. You can get them to call you and do contract after contract after contract. In the case of the recording artist, how do I make this manager, the one that's going to hit the green light and hire me, how do I make him look like a hero? Then it's quite easy. You just have to sit and you listen, you ask those questions. But you have to think, okay, what can I do to make this person look like a total star? And then they will forever hire you. They will forever bring you back because you made life easier for them. They had to think about less. They had to worry about less. So if you could do that, you're in good hands. So then in the case of the dad, what you would do is like he's trying to do a family photo shoot. And he is stressed and he wants to do something really nice for his wife. And he wants to get something printed and he wants to get something framed. But he already told you, I can't do more than 45 minutes. I can't do more than 1 hour. So that means he has kids that's probably going to be running around and he doesn't want them to get all sweaty and start pulling their clothes and everything. He doesn't want his wife to be working extra hard and have a stressful day. So you just look and you tell that dad that is approaching you, you know what? Don't you worry about it. I'm going to make sure we have some stuff for the kids. We have some snacks for the kids. We have some toys. We're going to have some music. I'm going to have a little extra makeup kit for your wife so she feels beautiful. We're going to have air conditioning so you guys don't have to worry about it. And I'm also going to send you guys a posing guide that you can look ahead of time. Those small changes that you can do is going to make him feel so relaxed. It's going to make him feel like this is the easiest win, and this is the person I'm going to go with. You ask those questions, you know your value, and you're going to make him look like a hero. That's how you start booking these clients. Now you're probably wondering, how am I getting an extra 35-40% like the way Waleed said? we always, like when we ask someone or we tell someone, hey, my budget is only $1,000, truthfully in our head, we have about $1,200. We have a little bit of a cushion, but we always stay a little bit lower so that there's some room for negotiations and some haggling. So already you have 20%. And I talk about this in my STEP pricing course. STEP stands for Secret to Easy Photography Pricing. It's a game changer if you're a photographer or videographer, and how to win the price wars and how to actually not even be at war and make it so effortless. If you can do that, it's game over for you in the best of ways. It's going to be where you are confident. It is going to be where you are taking care of your clients. You're asking them precise questions that are going to make them look really good. And then you're taking it a step further and you're saying, okay, not only am I asking you the right questions, but I'm also going to make you look like a hero. I'm going to make sure that whoever you have to answer to, whoever you are performing for, is like, you are so good for this. So you're still probably wondering, how do you get the 35-40% price rate? Well, I already told you, 20% is natural. We all lower ourselves a little bit, but we can afford about 20% more. But when it comes down to it, let's just say $1,000 for easy math, okay? Then you want to do a family photo shoot, it's going to be $1,000. Yes, there are people that pay way more than that even, but they're going to say, okay, we can do about 120 or 1,200. That's 20% more. And they're going to look at you and say, okay, we interviewed 3 or 4 other photographers. They are charging about the same. This one is charging $1,400, $1,500. It's a lot more money. But this person is also the only one that asked us about our project. And this person is the only person that cared enough to ask us what success means. And I feel like this person, the hero part, is going to be the one that's going to make me look like a hero to my wife. And so they're going to very easily justify the increased price because you are worth it. And that's honestly the goal of this whole channel. I would love for you to subscribe and come back and get notified about more videos. I've been doing this channel, it's been growing at a good steady rate, and I want to help more people like you make more money, book more clients, and just be happy and go full-time video, go full-time photo. If you want more pricing tips, I would watch this video right here. It's going to help you out a lot. And I'm going to continue on my walk and just make sure that, just kind of de-stress a little bit. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.